What does that say?
96%. 8.5 hours sleep. I've done, at this stage, I would say there's no program that I haven't executed. I've done, back in the early days, I did massive volume and massive intensity because I was young and could handle that stuff. And I just don't believe that that's correct. I've done large volume without much intensity. That was last year for the first part of the year. Didn't respond well to that. Felt like shit, hated my life. And so for me, you see, it's all, the answer to all questions is always, it depends. Because, as I said, you have to slowly and systematically progress over time. You should always be thinking about, how am I going to progress over time this session? And so volume is one area that you progress in. And so if you go straight to high volume, then you take out all of your capacity to progress over time. If you go straight to maximal levels of volume, if you're already at 30, what is your intent? Like in 3 months, you're going to be at 45 hours? Like it doesn't make sense to me. So will I be at 30 hours by Nice? I mean, probably. I'm progressing so well and so fast and absorbing the training that's the green light to add more of something. Can you add more intensity? Can you add more volume? Can you up the intensity? Those are all your avenues to progress over time. But you don't get to progress, in my opinion, you progress when you're like, I'm adapted to this. I can feel I'm adapted to this. This is not very difficult anymore. But if you're finding a session difficult, like this session is going to be really difficult because I'm now forcing myself to do these intervals in TT position, straight TT, no break position. And that's a new stimulus. So like I'm not going to then also concurrently crank the volume up now too. That doesn't make sense. If I'm putting in a new stimulus, allow the body time to adapt to that new stimulus. And then as you're like, okay, I'm handling this now. I'm cracking 400 watts for 10 minutes in TT, no reprieve, and I feel pretty good. Okay, great. Now we can start to think about where can we progress the session now. Do you know what I'm saying? And so just jumping to, let's turn all the knobs all at the same time. Let's turn intensity, volume, shorten the rest. Do it on all three disciplines. Like you've taken everything out, all of your potential areas to improve over time, and that's cool. Are you going to get fitter? 100%. You will get very fit, very fast. And then you will stagnate, and then you will burn out, and then you will have a shit World Championship season. How do I know this? I don't know.
Did you win Oceanside last year?
I won Oceanside. That's right. I did.
What place you get in Kona?
32nd or 3rd. Something like that. I had a Christian Blumenfeld, but nobody cares. Well,
I saw a lot over 400.
Yeah, I hit all my goals. Excellent session. Progression. A nice amount of progression. My top end now, all over 400 in the TT position, which is the first time, actually, since I've used rollers, that I've been able to TT over 400. Strict TT. So, I mean, the nice part about progressing and also feeling good while doing it, not having to, let's say, really reach for it, is that freaking every session's fantastic. You get off the bike, you get out of the pool, you get off the run, and you feel happy. And you don't feel like a bag of shit, like you gotta go sleep for the next 6 days. So, because I've slowly and systematically worked my way up to this by the course of knocking on the door, I think, of 12 weeks.
Windy. Wow, no more race belt.
I love that race belt, but I do feel that it's especially long in like when I usually run with it in long stuff. I do feel that because it's pushing on my diet, like I really tighten it up in this area, it's like pushing on my diaphragm. And I think it actually affects my economy and long term affects my gait. And I can feel it when I run with this thing on, especially on the long stuff. I've got so much better, whatever this is called, diaphragm recruitment. Anyways. I am excited to see where I stand when I coach myself and I use my own method and I use my brain. I train hard, recover hard, and I know that I can compete with the best in the world, and I'm excited to see if I can be the best in the world.
A lot of people want to know if you've abandoned your diet.
It's a lifestyle now. It's not a diet. It was a diet. In previous iterations, it was a diet, yes. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle now. So no, I've not abandoned my lifestyle. I'm enjoying my lifestyle. That's what we're having for dinner. Vegetables.
Just vegetables, no meat.
No meat.
What? This is meat.
A sausage and pasta dish with vegetables. Hey, Levi?
Well, some are going to say that the cheese curds are not healthy, but in my opinion, the cheese curds are delicious and excellent for you after you've burned 4,000 to 5,000 calories.
No, not on the off-road. Come on. Just getting a couple of miles. I'm trying to catch up with Sam Long, so I gotta really, I need to train another probably 20 hours a week in order to catch him. So me and Levi are out for a little ride. Come on, buddy. Off the road, on the sidewalk.
But this is an e-bike.
This is how I log most of my miles now. It's the only way I'm gonna get to 40 hours.